So I wanted to play something different and just a deck that I can have some fun with. And I decided to play the Ghost deck from Digimon Liberator. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. It is an OTK style deck, which I am a huge fan of. But this one just feels different compared to others that I've played in the past. So here's a quick deck profile, and then I'll probably post a video with some gameplay as well, maybe like 2 or 3 games. But getting into the deck, I'm playing one Cupimon for my eggs. Cupimon on deletion by trashing 1 card in your hand, gain 1 memory. Just a good card for keeping turn. The Cupimon, I normally wouldn't play this 5th egg, but because I play the Analog Youths and the Ukomon, I go through my eggs really fast. And so the 5th one does help me not run out of a breeding area, essentially, because it is important to keep building a stack back there. And then I do play 4 Necromon, the on deletion, return 1 Digimon card with Ghost trait from trash to your hand. Out of the level 5s and level 6s, you have some cards that are only 4 ofs in there, and so you want to return them to your hand in order to keep your combos going. So Demimera does come up quite often, and it is a really important card in the deck. Then for my level 3s, I'm playing 1 Searcher Ghostmon. So this is on play, reveal top 3, get a Ghost and a Liberator. On deletion, gain 1 memory. And so with this, the on deletion is probably the best part of the card, and all of your level 3s are going to play or have this on deletion effect. And then the other level 4 is the Digivolution cost reduction Ghostmon. So when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Ghost, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, and then on deletion gain 1 memory. So this card is super memory efficient, and you hopefully want to see this in your back row when you're building up your stack. But it doesn't matter which Ghostmon you get. They're both really good for that on deletion effect. And then the other level 3 I play is Ukomon. Play 3 of these just to add consistency to the deck. You want to cycle through your deck as much as possible in order to see all your pieces. So getting 1 search off the Ukomon isn't bad. Plus, the Ukomon can swing at your opponent, putting them at 4 security and giving you a potentially lethal in a turn or 2. So that's 11 level 3s. Going on to our level 4s, we play BT20 Soulmon. Soulmon's on play when Digivolving. 1 year Digimon gain retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. That doesn't come up too often, but it may have come up about once in the past week and a half that I've been playing this deck. And then on deletion, by trashing 1 card in your hand, delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. That isn't a bad effect at all. I do like to see certain cards in my trash, so that helps facilitate that. And then when my opponents start playing too many level 3s, this helps me get rid of some of them as well. So if there's a floodgate that I'm not able to get rid of, or my opponent, for example, is just playing Guilmons off their Magidramon effects, this also helps me get rid of those as well. And so play 2 of these Soulmon, and then 4 of the Liberator Bakemon from BT20. So when Digivolving, play a Violet if you have 1 or fewer Tamers. That's pretty good, but what's the best part about it is the on deletion gain of memory. So I play 4 of these, and while yes, I'm Digivolving into them, ideally I also want another one in trash. So cards like Cupimon, Soulmon for the inheritable, Analog Youth, and I think the Memory Setter Violet, they're really good if I want to at least try to find a way to get the second Soulmon in trash. Otherwise, I'm usually Digivolving Ghostmon into this Bakemon. I'm Digivolving Ghostmon into this Bakemon to play a Tamer. But yeah, ideally I want 1 Bakemon in the stack and another one in the trash so I can do my full combo. And then finally, I play the BT15 Bakemon. When Digivolving, on deletion, draw 1, trash 1. So that's another card to get this Liberator Bakemon in trash. And this is really good because it allows you to cycle, especially if you don't see all your pieces, but you want to get in some early checks as well. Inheritable Retaliation, again, doesn't come up too often. But this also has some really cool combos with Metal Phantomon, which I'll talk about once I get to the level 6s. So in total, we have 9 level 4s. And then we're going to go on to level 5s. So the Liberator for the Ghost is Phantomon. This has Execute. I'm playing for this Phantomon, and what Execute does, this is the only level 5 that has it, is at the end of the turn, the Digimon can attack. Now, after that attack, it's going to be deleted by its own effect, and then you're going to get off a bunch of on-deletions. That's why I'll see all the on-deletion effects from the other ghosts from the level 3s and level 4s. And then Phantomon, inheritable, and its own effect is on-deletion. I could play a level 4 lower Digimon card with Ghost Trait from the trash. Phantomon is very important to your whole OTK and your combo and everything, so you want to see this. And being a card that you absolutely need in order to do the full combo, and only having 4 of this in your deck does make it kind of detrimental if you don't see this very early on. But you do a lot of cycling, you do a lot of searching, so most of the time you're going to see that Phantomon. The other level 5 that I play is 2 Metal Phantomon. And so this card's really cool in super niche situations, but it's not something that you want to digivolve on top of a level 4 for a cost of 4. And it does have a Digivolution cost over a Phantomon for 1, and that does come up quite often. I haven't tried this yet, but I want to see if there's a way to use this in specific matchups like Sakuyamon in order to get some on-deletions and combo off with Analog Youth and things like that. But the Metal Phantomon on play when digivolving, delete one of your Digimon and then delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. So Phantomon allows you to play level 4. Spoiler alert, your level 6 allows you to play level 5. So sometimes I'll play the Metal Phantom and the Bake off of these 2 effects when they're deleted, and the Metal Phantom will delete the Bakemon. The Bakemon will allow me to draw a card and cycle through, and then the Metal Phantomon's a blocker. So that's not a bad effect at all. It's not always something that you want or something that you need. So I only play 2 of them. And the on-deletion for the inheritable is de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. That hasn't come up, and the few times that it has, it didn't make a difference. But this card, if you do need something to trash in your hand, this is a really good card to trash one of. So that way you have it set up if you do want to do that play where you're playing it and the cycling Bakemon as well. And then the final level 5 we're playing is the BT8 Chimeramon. This is one of the big combo pieces. You do want to see at least 1 in your hand. And so I play 3 of these. Normally I've seen decks play 2, but I absolutely want to see this for this build of the deck. And so I play 3. Essentially, you're going to DNA Digivolve into this. Your Digimon that would normally have Summoning Sickness, this will get over that. And then you can continue swinging. And with the Chimeramon, it also tucks a Digimon underneath it. So, again, hopefully we're tucking like a Ghostmon for 1 memory, or another Bakemon, or whatever we got. And so we're playing 3 of those. And then in total, for the level 5s, we're going to play 9 of those. Then on to the level 6s, we only play 4 of those. And once again, it is the only execute level 6 for the deck right now. So it's one of those ones that you have to hope to see, but you do a lot of cycling, drawing, searching, that you're most likely going to see this card, and that's Necromon. Necromon is a security attack +1, and it also has execute. So the combo is usually going up the line and then digivolving into Necro, maybe giving your opponent 2 memory, 1 memory, and then the Necromon uses execute to attack, check twice. And then when Necromon's deleted, it'll play a level 5 or lower. When Phantomon's deleted, it'll play a level 4 or lower. And so you're playing 2 level 4s, usually 2 Bakemons, and then your DNA digivolving into Chimeramon, maybe tucking under a Ghostmon, and then going back into Necromon for another 2 checks. And then you get the on-deletions, and you do those plays or whatnot. But it does have quite a few effects, actually. So it has on-play when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. And then on-play on-deletion, you could play a level 5. And there's not a lot of ways to play Necromon. There's maybe only like 2 cards that I run here that will play it off the trash. But the on-play effect does come up every so often. And so we're playing 4 of those. Amazing card. I'm having so much fun playing with this deck, and this card is one of the big reasons why there's so many utility effects for it. it's one of those things that if you don't see all your pieces, it isn't ideal. But because your Phantomon also has execute, you can continue to swing with that. And then Necromon, once you finally do see it, you've probably gotten your opponent's security down to maybe 3 or 2, and this can close out game with the final combo. Onto the Tamers. So we played 2 Violet in boots. This is the memory setter. And the start of main phase, trash 1 option or 1 ghost or 3 musketeers, but we don't play any 3 musketeers. So trash 1 of those and you're going to draw 1 card. And so this is my ideal way of trashing, for example, my Bakemon early or Metal Phantomon if I have all the pieces. And of course, setting your memory at 3 is never bad. Then we played 3 of the BT20 Violet and Boots, the 3 cost. Start a main phase, gain a memory. If your opponent has a Digimon, that's always good. But what's really good is your turn. When any of your ghost trait Digimon are deleted by suspending this Tamer, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the ghost trait in hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So this is, again, part of the overall combo. So let's go back to that initial combo where you have your stack of your ghosts, Bake, Phantom, Necro. You swing with execute and you attack. Off the Necro, for example, we'll play a Bakemon. And then off the Phantomon, we'll play, instead of a level 4, we'll play the Ghostmon, the Searcher. And then on play, that gets its searching effect. And then because your Necromon was deleted, Violet will trigger, allowing your Ghostmon to Digivolve, hopefully, into a Bakemon. So now you can go into a Chimeramon. And then if you wanted to maximize the amount of memory that you're gaining back, you could put another Ghostmon under it, or even hopefully have another Bake in trash, for example, and the one you're Digivolving into was searched off the Ghostmon. Of course, that doesn't always happen. But Violet allows those plays, and she is really cool, especially if, for example, you already have 2 bodies on field, but you don't have a lot of memory, so you swing with one of your other Bakemons and that dies, and then so the second body is able to Digivolve off Violet as well. So there's a few different ways that you can use it, but one of the most common ones is the first combo that I explained, where you're just doing that to go into the Chimeramon. And while I play 3, you really don't need 3 on the field. I've had a pretty good run of this, having at least only one Violet, one of these Violets on the field, and one of the memory setter Violets on the field. But then the other Tamer we play is 3 Analog Youth. And so this is just to cycle through the deck. It's also more memory whenever your Necromon deletes itself off execute. And so that helps keep turn. That hatches another egg that allows you to start building another stack in the back, which again is very important to build stacks, especially because it's just more draw power when you're building those stacks. So you have more likelihood of drawing your Phantoms or Necros that are hidden in your deck. So Analog Youth does not mesh well with the Bakemon's effect to play a Violet if you have 1 or fewer Tamers. And Execute happens whenever your turn is ending. So one really cool thing that I do is we're going to get as much Bakemon effects to play our Violets as possible. And then let's say we have like a Phantom or a Necro still on the field. What we'll do to pass over as little memory as possible is we'll play this Analog Youth, which allows us to search, but also hopefully puts your opponent at like 1 or 2 memory, and then that'll trigger execute, so you can go ahead and start attacking. And then, of course, once Digimon dies to execute, you use the Analog Youth to gain memory back. So this is a really fun card. Definitely playing 3 of this, and I wish I could play 4, but there's 1, not enough room, and 2, I definitely would see analogs that I don't need to see if I did that. So in total, I'm playing 8 Tamers, and then now the rest are all options. So the main option in here is Apparition Legion. This is probably one of my favorite option cards that I've ever seen in this game. Just the art alone is so sick, but the application of this is essentially the deck's hybrid for game. So you're going to return 9 levels worth of Digimon to your opponent's, from your opponent's trash to the bottom of their deck. The card text says up to, but there isn't a errata, so it is 9 exactly. And Off that, you can play Digimon of equal level to what you return. So there's 3 different ways you can do this. You could do 3 level 3s from your opponent's trash to the bottom of their deck. So you're playing 3 level 3s. Or you could return a level 4 and a level 5. And so you're playing a level 4 and a level 5 from your trash. Or you can return a level 3 and a level 6. And so you're playing a level 3 and a level 6 as well. The Digimon played off this do get blocker and rush. So if you return a 5 or a 6, you get to play the Necro or the Phantom, and you can use Execute because most likely paying 8 memory has put the turn over to your opponent, and then you're able to hopefully swing for game. Usually this is the last card that you play after you've gotten your opponent down to 0 security, and then this is just closing out the game for you. But because the Digimon do have blocker, there is some situations where you can use this to play some blockers on the field and set yourself up for a defensive play. But again, 8 memory, you're probably passing over quite a bit to your opponent. What I do like to do with this, though, if I'm ever playing it defensively, is I'm playing a Ghostmon and a Necromon. Just my level 3 and level 6. Necromon on play is going to play a Metal Phantomon. So I have 3 blockers on the field. And then we play 2 Purple Memory Boost, just to cycle through the deck faster and also allow me to gain some memory on my turn whenever I want to start going in for my big plays. Purple Scramble, I play 1 of those. This just makes the Digivolution cost a lot cheaper. And then 4 Wisdom Training. So search through your deck and then make your Digivolution cost cheaper so you can go higher in the levels. And then you're passing over as little memory as possible whenever you're starting to trigger Execute. So that is the deck. This is such a fun deck, and I can't wait for y'all to see the gameplay videos of this, which I most likely will post tomorrow. I still got to edit a little bit and make sure everything's all fine and dandy. We're probably looking at about 2 or 3 games that really showcase what this deck can do. So look out for that. But thank you for watching the video, and y'all have a good one.